as well.
Nah, fuck him. He sucks. We'll talk about him. I hate Chase Winovich. But we're going to continue on. Tight end David Njoku was franchise tagged. Makes sense. What doesn't make sense is that they also released Austin Hooper.
And Kevin Njoku. I just don't understand it. Last year you used Hooper. Njoku was a ghost. Like, I don't understand why that is your move. Tag Hooper and let Njoku walk. Like, what?
You shouldn't have let either of them walk.
There's a little logic there.
You shouldn't have let either of them walk.
There's logic there, but I don't know what's going on in Cleveland because, I mean, Baker basically said his goodbyes. He pulled Freddie Freeman before Freddie Freeman did it. They're saying their goodbyes, but nobody knows where the hell they're going.
So, there is a team...
I gotta see this. I gotta read what he said again. I forgot what he said.
He said he's not trying to... Who, Baker? He said he's not trying to start any shit. There's nothing hidden in his message. He just wants the people of Cleveland to know that no matter what happens, he loves them.
Okay, go fuck yourself, Baker. I've watched you get your ass fucking tackled by a fucking cop. I don't want to hear this shit.
I mean, it was smart, but...
I guess in a sense, but I don't know how much I fucking buy this nonsense.
There is a team in the Northeast that wears blue that needs a tight end, and Austin Hooper's available, and I don't fucking want them to get him.
Yeah, that'd be
I know. I trust me. I'm not saying anything because I don't want to jinx shit.
Yeah, there's a tight end available, and a team that needs a solid tight end that resides in the Northeast.
Oh my God! Someone said J.D. McKissick finishes his Bills career with more rushing yards than Reggie Bush.
That's hilarious.
That is so funny. Yeah.
-2.
Yep. All right, we're gonna continue.
Actually, I know we've got to continue, but one meme that will always live in my mind is the one where Reggie Bush complained about a waiting staff not doing a good enough job, and then somebody responded to him saying, "Yeah, I know, I drafted a guy in the second round of my fantasy football draft, and he put up 2 yards. Some people just suck at their job."
Yep. Anyways, we're going to continue on. Chris Hubbard, 1 year. Taven Bryan, 1 year, $5 million. They traded for Chase Winovich. Yuck. Dude, he was such a fucking shitbag at Michigan. I hate him.
Yeah, what did they give up for him? Because I don't think he's anything to write home about. But I thought he was a decent depth guy.
I don't remember what they gave up. It wasn't much.
Yeah, who cares? Let's move on. Who cares?
And then linebacker Anthony Walker, 1 year, $5 million. Oh, and there's an update.
Right.
There's an update. We haven't gotten to the Dolphins yet, but Raheem Mostert supposedly to the Dolphins.
And Chase Edmonds?
Myles Gaskin sucks.
I know he does. I know. But I have a share of Mostert in a dynasty league. I was hoping he'd be the bona fide number one.
Oh, he's gonna be the number one over Chase Edmonds.
You don't need him sharing time, but yeah, he's probably right. He'll be the number one.
Yeah.
Until he inevitably gets hurt week 3.
We're gonna move on to Dallas.
I can't help you there.
I don't want to do this. We're gonna move on to the Cowboys. Fuck it. Michael Gallup, 5 years, $62 million. 5 years, $62.5 million for Michael Gallup. When he's on the field, dude is clutch, makes huge catches, lives on the sideline. If you need a catch to extend a drive, Michael Gallup will almost inevitably get you that catch. He is going to be the clear-cut number 2 wide receiver behind the clear-cut number 1 CeeDee Lamb, who is clutch in a different way. If you have one play and you need a catch to get into field goal range, I'm going with Michael Gallup. If I have one play and I need a touchdown, I'm going to CeeDee Lamb. Both have their place. Both are equally important. Yeah. But Michael Gallup, 5 years, $62.5 million. Franchise tag Dalton fucking Schultz.
You want to keep him around. He might end up...
I wanted Schultz, so so
Listen.
I hate you guys for doing it too.
You want to keep him around. He might be the next coming of Jason Witten.
I would like to keep Dalton Schultz around, but use that fucking tag on Randy Gregory, you dipshits.
Well, that ship has already failed.
It's so dumb. It's like, oh, our defense is clicking. We should use our franchise tag on someone to keep our defense around. Use it on Randy Gregory is the smart fucking thing to do. If not, maybe use the franchise tag on Leighton Vander Esch or use it on Jaron Curse. Either way, keep the fucking defense intact.
You realize that your team
they should have just negotiated with Schultz and just paid him. Honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't just do that. He probably would have been more than willing to stay where he is.
Because Stephen Jones sucks. Stephen Jones sucks.
Like, if you even told him that he could be the next Jason Witten, that would have sold him right there. You probably could have got him for millions less.
Yeah, he probably would have signed for like 3 years, $25 million.
Yeah.
Especially if you're guaranteed like the majority of that, I think you would have stayed.
Yeah, and then
sometimes what your team does, Dan, absolutely baffles me.
We're going to talk about it in just a second. But they also re-signed safety Malik Hooker, 2 years, $8 million. Hopefully he gets time to actually play, because when he was on the field, he was swatting balls, he was making tackles, he was getting in the backfield, he was saving balls from going out of bounds so that they could recover fumbles and shit. He was just all over the field doing nothing great.
For him, nothing. That's a fine signing.
He was doing nothing great, but everything well. You know? Mm-hmm. So that's a solid signing. Where I'm baffled, and Stephen Jones is the biggest fucking dickhead in pro sports, I am fucking sure. Randy Gregory had an agreement in place with Jerry Jones. 5 years, $70 million. Stephen Jones came in and said, we got some language you got to change in your contract. After they'd already had an agreement in place. And Randy Gregory went to the Denver Broncos. All right. Then, on a podcast yesterday, DeMarcus Lawrence said he went to Jerry Jones and said, I know we need to work out some numbers. I don't want to take any less money, but let's reallocate so we can bring everybody back and so that we can win a Super Bowl. And Stephen Jones said, we want you to take a 1 year, $10 million deal. And he was like, what the fuck? And he said he was ready to just say, I want this, or I'm going to sit out and tell you to trade me. And Stephen Jones said, I don't think my dad's going to go for that. He went to his dad, and less than 2 minutes later, came back with a contract ready to be signed for what DeMarcus Lawrence wanted. Fuck you, Stephen Jones. Yep.
Dude, breaking news. Jerry Jones has released Stephen Jones from the family.
Dude, his reputation, Jerry Jones has pissed off so many Cowboys fans by letting his son run shit that the only way to cover up this damage control, and they don't have to go this extreme, but they need to do something, is reach out to Sean Payton and say, hey, we'd love for you to coach. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like you want to do that. We want you to be our general manager. Hire Sean Payton as your general manager. You get back in the good graces of all the Cowboys fans.
Probably. I have to just make a side note here. I enjoyed thoroughly, Dan, hearing your praise for Malik Hooker, considering the fact that he came from a school that you despise.
Listen, Ohio State is a rival. I don't hate Ohio State as much as I hate Michigan, Michigan State, or Iowa. So, there's that.
All right, well, it also helps that we produce talent versus those other schools.
There are some Ohio State players that I just think are absolute fuckheads. But there are Penn State players I think are absolute fuckheads too. Like, I've been saying since Saquon left, Miles Sanders is trash. Miles Sanders is trash.
Yeah, he had that little good burst, and then all of a sudden he just died.
Nothing makes me happier.
I never believed in him. I thought it was a flash in the pan, and it was like, I'm right.
Nothing makes me happier as a Cowboys fan than seeing the stat that Miles Sanders did not score a touchdown last year. Fuck him.
Holy crap, that's right. I didn't even realize that.
Fuck him.
All right, let's keep it moving. I feel bad for what you guys are going through. You guys got to figure something out. I don't know what it's going to take, but
plus I'm an A's fan. You see what we're doing in Oakland? I'm a Knicks fan. Yeah. You see what we've been in New York? Like, anyways,
well, I mean,
let's move on to
be put through that trauma.
Yeah, let's move on to Denver. The obvious one in Denver, very obvious, very easy to talk about. The big splash is trading for Russell Wilson. And they got a fucking haul. The Seahawks did. I think the Seahawks actually won that trade. I don't remember the details, but it included Teddy Bridgewater, first-round picks, and what's that tight end's name? Noah Fant. Yeah.
Well, they got Noah Fant.
That's one of those trades that you just like. I just like from both angles. I think Denver, could very well be a contender, just like that. Flip the switch. They've got great receiving pieces. They have a backup tight end who is very talented. In fact, I don't even know why Seahawks took Fant, especially then they turned around and signed Will Dissly. But whatever. But then,
it's a two tight end league.
Jerry Jeudy, Javonte Williams. It's a happy day for Denver fans there.
I don't think Denver has the best wide receiver core. They have one of my favorites. I love Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and of course my heart with KJ Hamler. Tim Patrick is big.
I never realized until the second last game of the season how big Cortland Sutton is.
He's so big.
A monster of a human being.
I'm so excited to see him with a real quarterback again.
Can I be honest though? You guys are going to hate me, I'm sure. I don't think Russell Wilson's all that great. We've seen him just completely fall apart in the second half of seasons for the past 4 years. I don't think Russell Wilson is what people think he is.
He's still a massive upgrade over Teddy Two
Gloves. Perhaps.
It's going to be interesting because this is, don't get me wrong, but doesn't it seem like Denver does this every so often where they're like, all right, we're going to take a veteran quarterback out of somewhere else, and we're going to do it. We're just going to
Super Bowl. They're going to do it again.
We're just going to go to the Super Bowl with them because you guys.
Yep. And we'll see. But they also made a couple of other big splashes. Eric Tomlinson 1 year, Ben Braden. Yeah, well, DJ Jones 3 years, $30 million. Josie Jewell 2 years. Josie Jewell 2 years, $11 million. And Randy Gregory, CBS says outside linebacker, but he's definitely defensive end. 5 years, $70 million. Yeah, so very good free agency also for the Denver Broncos. The Detroit Lions also killing free agency, if you ask me. Starting right at the top, quarterback Tim Boyle, 1 year, $2 million. Praise the Lord, they got Tim Boyle back.
Yep, that's the difference maker right
there. But no, DJ Chark, 1 year, $10 million, good wide receiver.
Both of them.
Josh Reynolds, 2 years, $6 million. So that receiving core now is Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Chark, and Josh Reynolds. I think that is solid. If they go Amon-Ra St. Brown as the 1, DJ Chark is the 2, and Reynolds is the 3. Because if you give Reynolds the number 1 routes or the number 2 routes, I don't think he's going to be as good. You need him.
I think you can give Chark the X duties too. He can play off the line. He's a big boy. He can take a quarterback punch.
Yeah, he could. I just think Amon-Ra St. Brown is better. But either one of those two should be the 1. Obviously, Josh Reynolds is nowhere near the same caliber. He's going to be, I think, more of like quick pass and hope he can just burn. But
yeah, he's got solid hands. Yeah, I don't think he's ever beating the number 1 quarterback consistently, but he's solid.
No.
Chark, great move for them and for Chark because that gives him the opportunity to show that he can be healthy and productive and get a big contract next year.
I disagree
I think that-
with what you just said.
I think this is